Welcome back to the States. It's now time for America's Talking, with headlines from across the country you can find in the description below or in your inbox with the Center Square newsletter, free at thecentersquare.com. Compliance and clarity to the spirit of division policy on scheduling at the county level and management accountability on the state level. Those are just a couple of recommendations following a North Carolina audit of child care services. The Center Square managing editor, Alan Wooten, reports a performance audit of the Division of Child Development and Early Education Child Care Centers oversight in the State Department of Health and Human Services by the State Auditor's Office. Well, it evaluated oversight and monitoring of licensed child care centers. The audit said from fiscal year 24 to fiscal year 25, 16.2%, or 667 visits, occurred during the same calendar week as the prior year's visits, and 4.6% were on the same day of the same week. Additionally, 21 of the state's 100 counties had at least 25% of the annual compliance visits follow a predictable pattern, and in 5 counties, more than 2/3 of visits followed similar patterns. Families pay an estimated $1.3 billion to the more than 213,000 statewide, with $506.8 million in federal subsidies and $216.9 million in state taxpayer dollars, supplying the rest of the $2 billion in annual costs. Following the Trump administration's pause on Medicaid funds in the state, California experts are saying that Medicaid in that state has become fiscally unsustainable. On Tuesday, the Trump administration froze $867 million in Medicaid funds from California as part of a federal crackdown on fraud. Sally Pipes, President, CEO, and Thomas W. Smith Fellow in Healthcare Policy at the Pacific Research Institute, told the Center Square reporter Robert Mattson that California's inclusion of undocumented immigrants, regardless of age, to become eligible for Medi-Cal is, quote, fiscally unsustainable. Now, altogether, there's nearly 15 million people covered by Medi-Cal, California's name for Medicaid, and annual health care spending has grown to be more than $200 billion, according to the latest data. Now, California's total budget is $351.7 billion. The Wisconsin League of Women Voters filing a lawsuit in Dane County on Friday asking the court to allow Wisconsin voters who believe their absentee ballots won't be counted by Election Day to vote using a provisional ballot. Now, that lawsuit filed by Law Forward, it said the delays from the U.S. Postal Service can interfere with delivery of ballots by the deadline of 8 p.m. on Election Day. The Center Square reporter John Stife reports the lawsuit came the day after Governor Tony Evers and Senator Tammy Baldwin sent a joint letter to the U.S. Postmaster and the USPS Board of Governors asking that postal delays are corrected to prevent the delay of absentee ballots. Letter says about 500,000 Wisconsinites used mail-in balloting in 2024, accounting for about 15% of all votes cast. And New York City authorities said the attack of 2 people stabbed in separate incidents in the Upper West Side Thursday being investigated as possible hate crimes. The New York Police Department said it arrested Raul Morales, 51, after he stabbed an unidentified Asian male and a Jewish male in separate attacks. Police said both victims were taken to the hospital and are expected to survive. Witnesses told police the attacker yelled Allah Akbar, or God is great, in Arabic during both attacks. The New York Police Commissioner said a preliminary investigation has determined there is no known connection between the attacker and the victims, or between the victims and each other. They said the attacks are being investigated as hate crimes. And that's just some of what America is talking about. Get these and other stories at thecentersquare.com. From my studios in Central Illinois, I'm Greg Bishop, and join us back here next week for more stories impacting you, the taxpayer, from all across the country, only with the States, powered by the Center Square.